Must have had a pretty good storm down here last night and or first thing this morning. I just got to get out and look, see if I can get around down here. And it's a pretty good sized old oak tree that came down there. Oh, the ruts are a little deep and they're a little bit narrow, but I think I'm gonna risk it. Not that bad. The old Pontiac's pretty good shape. That's my car, fellas. 77 Pontiac Catalina. Good afternoon, YouTube. Tuesday afternoon. I've made my way down to Byrd's Bay. I've been here several times before. Done a pretty nice little winter camp here and done a 3-day kayak, which was kind of nice. Caught some fish. The old lake grass was up at that time, but I was able to skim in across the top of it with the kayak without any problems. This is kind of creek fed right here. This is a little one of the inlets off of Kentucky Lake. As you can see here, the recreation people provided a concrete boat ramp at one time, but it's not doing so good. Still usable though. The little creek goes back up this way, just a little ways. And you can probably see my old hot rod sitting up there. I'll walk back up the creek a little bit. Oh, I don't know if, oh man, I wish I had a polarized lens. There's like a 5-pound bass right out there in front of me. I camped at this spot before, tent camping. I put up right up here. I think where I'll probably set up again. Man, tripping over these roots. I'm gonna go between that pear right there and this here pretty good size old double maple right here. And you can kind of see the little creek back off behind me down here. It's a little bit nasty. It's been raining pretty hard. It evidently stormed down here harder than it did at the house. But it's a nice little spot. There's no middle of the summer lake funk that you get down here after the weather stays hot for a while. It winds its way on back up there a little ways. Several really nice spots to camp if you wanted. And I don't know whether you guys noticed or not, but here in Tennessee we call these trees down across the branch there a Robert E. Lee Natural Bridge. And that's where you come down the hill. I'll get some shots going out. Just wanted to give a quick shot of my bag there. That's the Adventure Ridge. And as you can see, I've kind of got it packed up. There's my little shovel and got my fire starting stuff. A little chair. As it sets, food and water and shelter there for 3 days. And as you guys already know, I'm right by the water. I'm not going to stay 3 days, but I was trying myself out to see if I could pack and see what it came out to. And it came out to a grand total of 42 lovely pounds. And I do have a liter of water there also. So I'd let you guys see that. Got everything all set up. Went fairly smooth. Same setup kind of as I've been doing. Got the 10x10 and a diamond. A little piece of ground sheet down there. That works out real well. Doesn't weigh hardly anything, packs up less than the size of a roll of toilet paper, so easy enough to carry. Got the creek out back. What there is of it. It is running a little bit. And just kind of quick panoramic here. This is a really good winter camp also. Quite a few people actually launch their boats down here when the lake's at the right level. And back off over in the woods there just a little ways. There's two large oak trees down. Come down here in the wintertime, if you're going to have much of a fire, you need to bring a chainsaw. Somebody built a pit there. I'm going to swipe a couple of rocks and put my own. But it is peaceful. I believe this would be my 4th camp down here. With Byrd's Bay there in the background, I'm going to take a little break. A couple pulls off the old pipe. It probably is 90 degrees down here today, but there's a breeze blowing probably close to 10 miles an hour. It's a little on and off, but it's enough to keep you kind of cool. Being as how the water is up at Summer Pool here, I won't be able to do one of the walks I wanted to. Generally, you can go down and go back in around this way in the bay, all the way around the shoreline. And it's a nice little walk out there. I made it one other time back in the winter. I was actually fishing. And this time the water's up. So I'm pretty sure the way it's been raining the last few days and last week also, that I probably won't take a walk over there. But I am going to go down by the water after a while when the sun starts setting a little bit lower down here. Right back over my shoulder here would be to the west. Really is a nice place. Most of the guys that come down here and launch their boats to go fishing, the ones that I've come in contact with have been very nice. Cordial enough, stay out of your campsite, give you privacy, park over there, because there's plenty of room to park other than where people camp down here. So I'm just going to take a break and kind of hang out. Several different kinds of mushrooms around here. I'm not a mushroom eater, even when I know what they are. I wanted to take a minute this afternoon to say hi to Luke and Susan, the Outdoor Gear Review. If you haven't looked at their channel, by all means check them out. Very informative reviews, and Luke does some excellent overnight adventures by himself and with his wife, and this year I think he's going to incorporate the family. But I entered one of their giveaways and I actually won a life towel. I have the large one. Thank you guys very much. I've only used it once after I done the cleanup on it, the original washout. I used it to shower with, and the only thing I can say there is it dries in about half of the time as a normal towel, and there's no aroma whatsoever to it. This is the first time I've brought it out camping with me, and I'm going to bring it with me every time I come. Now, this is a good occasion because you can see got some water right behind me there, so I'll be washing up first thing in the morning and giving the life towel the checkouts. Once again, Luke and Susan there, the Outdoor Gear Review, thank you guys very much. Can everybody see that bass right there? There's another one hanging around right out there with him. First time I've been able to catch him. I don't imagine you can see him down there. There's bluegill hanging out right up next to the bank. Oh, can you see this carp? Look at this creature. That fish was about 18 inches long. That come out of nowhere. There he is again. Terrible with the camera. And if I move, they'll be gone. I give up on the fish watching. I was sitting over there in the sun and it was starting to get pretty warm. So I thought I'd come over here and look around. And you can kind of see right out there in front of the camera that little willow tree that's standing in the water. When the lake is at winter pool, that little tree will be about 10 feet from the edge of the water. And this old willow tree here, right out there just past it a little ways, there's an excellent spot to launch a kayak. The point out there is where I was going to walk to if the water had been down, but evidently they're holding it back for some reason. It's a nice little walk out around the point. You can kind of do the same thing over here on the other side. Can't really see it from where I'm sitting. This is a nice little inlet off of Byrd's Bay. And directly across there, I really don't know how far it is. It took me better part of 30 minutes to row across there. Didn't get in any hurry. But there's a nice little place to do a kayak camp over there that I've been thinking about. This spot here is not bad, you know. It's close enough out there to the bay to where you can fish a little deeper water if you want. Or you can come back in these little inlets like this one and try your luck catching something up a little closer to the shore. It just came down over here kind of behind the campsite, sitting down watching the little water doggies all over. And come around to that little slide right there. Looks like the deer have been wearing it out coming down there getting a drink. So we'll see tonight, maybe a little splashing around. This ant has got his work cut out for him. He's done a pretty good job toting that butterfly around, isn't he? I'm going to be a little bit lazy tonight. Besides that, it's probably still 85 degrees. And I'm sure it's 7 o'clock. So I'm going to fire up the little biofuel whilst I sit in the hammock. And a little bit later on there, I'm going to have one of my pan fires. That's a charcoal pan out of a Weber cooker. That's one of the things that I keep for car camping. It works pretty good just to keep a small fire in. That way I can scatter the ashes. I'm not building a pit. Tonight for dinner, going to have some more of that pepper bacon and some beanie weenies. I'm going to fry up the bacon and mix the beans in and one pan cleanup. Let's see if this fuel will light off for us here. Once again, this is the biofuel. It cooks a little hotter than sterno, I have to say that. And the light's pretty good too. Just kind of being lazy tonight with the fire. Besides it being hot, not needing a fire. If you notice the little thingy here, supposed to be a bug repellent bracelet. Supposed to last 200 hours. Don't know about that. Smells like citronella oil. So far, I mean, I had a few on me, and so far they have left me alone. Yeah, there it is. Got the bacon fried up. Throwed some beanie weenies in there, and I'm gonna chow down. I'll probably come back to you there about the time I get a fire going. Well, I got my dinner mess cleaned up. That was very good, by the way. Wanted to catch just before dark here. It's getting a little darker on me than I anticipated, so I can still read the list I brought with me. The new guys that have subscribed to my channel from overseas. You guys from England, Ireland, Scotland, Belgium, and from Canada. And I'd just like to give a little shout out to the guys that have joined me, and I've enjoyed watching you guys' videos also. So I've already said something previously today to Luke and Susan from the Outdoor Gear Review. Very good channel. And a gentleman in England that I've enjoyed watching his stuff very much and anticipate more to come from him, Mr. Dale Skidmore. Very good channel. Check him out. Kenny from Ugly Tent, Bushcraft and Survival. Enjoy your videos a lot, and looking forward to the next apocalyptic video you've got coming out. Very good. A couple of the new guys real quick. Silver Bear Bushcraft and V-Dub Camper, Ginger Bushcraft, Hull Bushcraft, looking for something to come out of Hull Bushcraft there, and Go Out Gibbo. Enjoyed your stuff a bunch there. I need to see more from you also. John Campbell with the pictures. More from you. And Prepper Fox, my latest subscriber. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. You've let me come into your community and just kind of hang out. Do a little thing out in the woods. I hope it's not too dark on this one. And the critters have started squealing at me for the evening. It's been really quiet here today. I am going to get a little fire going, just kind of sit around and see how the evening turns out. Stick around. I'll try not to keep boring everybody with this particular view, but this time of night, sun's just gone past the horizon. Peaceful. I could just live here. Well, that went pretty well. Like I say, once again, I won't bore you with the fire getting going. I just like to strike up a fire on the air. We'll come back in a few minutes. Well, here I am again in the evening, and I wound up having company at the campsite. You probably hear the music in the background. It should end before long. Just want to take a few minutes to have a slash or two of knot water and pull off the pipe while I sit here by the little bitty fire that I've got going tonight. And say a thanks once again to everybody out there that's watching my channel and that actually likes what I'm doing. Thank you very much. Cheers. That was a good week. I'm going to call it quits here in just a few minutes and let what little bit of fire I got here go down, and then I'm going to hit the sack. Try to get a little shut-eye for tonight. anything happens, I'll try to grab the camera. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the morning. This is the gentleman that I invited into my camp. This is what you get. He was about half drunk when he got here. He had a couple more. Now he's pissy about something, and he's just got to leave here. I don't know what time it is. I hadn't been to sleep yet, so. There we go. Hit it, though. There you go. Up the hill he goes. Finally. Morning, everybody. Come down this morning and get a little wash off. And it was just hot and humid last night. I slept good when I slept, but man, was it warm. It's going to be another hot one today in the 90s. Sure is pretty down here in the morning, isn't it? I'll get back up to camp and have a little bite of breakfast, I think. Had me a quick bowl of oatmeal there for breakfast. And I'm just going to kind of pack up, take my time about it. And being as how that tree was down across the road yesterday and I could come off of the hill in the ditch, I don't believe, as muddy as it was, that I'm going to be able to go back up that way. So when I leave out, I'm going to go north. There's two places up there that I've been wanting to look at to see if I could get my old car into. So I think I'm going to run up there and do that after I get packed up here and call it a good night at Byrd's Bay. For those who are not familiar with it, Byrd's Bay is part of Kentucky Lake, which as a technicality is the Tennessee River, from New Johnsonville to the dams at in Kentucky. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Well, I guess this is what you get. I knew I couldn't go up that muddy hill yesterday, so I tried to come out this way. Well, as we can all see, that's not going to work this morning. So I'm going to turn around and head back towards Ginger Bay and try to come out that way. But there ain't no going around this rascal. Not this morning. I hadn't been filming anything because of the roads are pretty washed out. And I had to jump a couple of mud holes and stuff and going around trees. But I'm going to turn around and head back the other direction and see what happens. Well, folks, I've been driving around for about 45 minutes trying to get out of here. I couldn't go to the two places that I wanted to. You just can't get there. Trees down, roads washed out. They had a pretty good storm down here. So kind of wrapping things up, I'm going to head back to the house, work on the grandson project a little bit this afternoon, and I had a real good time, even with the interruption last night. I'm glad he didn't stay long. Didn't sleep all that well, but I rested. I felt good when I got up this morning. That last little couple hours of sleep I got wasn't the critters or anything. I don't know. I think I was just hot all night, pretty much. No covers at all, no underquilt, and was still warm. So I'm going to head on out. I think I can get out from here. It's hard to say. I haven't been there yet. So until next time, everybody, thanks for joining me. We're just waiting for the next big adventure.